weird setup that I would never usually put on a video, but I filmed the whole video. I filmed the whole video and I deleted it. Because I said nothing of interest. Like, I literally said not one good thing. It was 16 minutes and I was like, I won't even get 1 minute of footage. Also, I'm out of breath because I moved the table. Also, that blind is closed, so I'm weirdly lit. Whatever. So, I'm packing some clothes for our trip. Dang it! I missed a top. So these are gonna be one-stop shops going in that packing cube. So I'm packing for a trip and I thought, Sam's away, so I thought I'd sit down and do a little video because, well, I had nothing to do while I packed and I didn't want to watch a show. So this is gonna be one-stop shops. That means rompers and dresses. And like maybe bottoms because I don't have money. Or maybe not. We'll see. So, dresses. So I've kind of been thinking, like, what should I talk about? And I did a whole video on kind of redefining your identity, and not really, like, redefining your identity, I guess. And I don't know if I should do another one because I'm probably not going to get any footage and end up deleting it again. But at the same time, I really do want to do a video on this and I think it's important. So bear with me. I'm not a very clear talker. Like, I go in circles a lot and I don't always have a point to my stories. But if you're struggling with identity, or, you know, if you're thinking that maybe you identify as something other than what you initially came out as, then this might be helpful for you, or it might be equally confusing for you and confuse you way more than you're already confused. We can be confused together. So here we go. So if you, this is gonna be hard because I have a cat friend. So you may have seen my coming out story. So I won't, if you haven't, I'll link it so you don't have to hear it 2 times. You can just watch that and then be caught up to speed and then come watch this. So I made that a couple years ago and I thought that it would be like, this might be a good follow-up to that. So I'll give you a quick synopsis of my previous coming out. So I came out in 2014. It took me a while to come out to everybody, but that was kind of when the journey started of coming out. I'd been questioning my sexuality for a couple months at the time, after falling in love with somebody I knew. Definitely loved someone who I shouldn't have loved, and that was hard. So I was really confused at that point because I didn't know if I just liked her a lot or if I did it all. Like, it was very confusing. Has anyone ever liked a friend or like thought they were in love with a friend? Because that is confusing stuff, folks. Never gonna have an answer for you on that. Anyway, so that was really confusing to start with because I didn't know if I liked just her or if I liked other people, other girls, I guess. And if I did, was it all girls or was it like all girls? Obviously not all girls, but like, was it, yeah, was I gonna just like girls forever? So obviously I started to explore that. I went on some dates with girls and I discovered, yes, I do indeed like girls. But at the same time, I still really did enjoy going on dates with men. And I'm just gonna say like girls, boys, men, whatever. And by that I mean, like, I should say like guys and gals. I don't mean men or boys like by a certain age. Anyway, so I was kind of confused because I still really did enjoy going on dates or like dating boys. And there was a few, well, like one in particular, one guy that I really did like, and like I probably could have fallen, I think I loved him. Like, I actually do think I loved him. And, you know, I hadn't really loved many people. So that was a lot. So that really threw me off because I was like, I loved everything about dating him. I mean, it obviously didn't work out and we weren't a good fit, but I really did like him and I really did enjoy the time I spent with him. And I could have seen that going somewhere if we were a better fit. But so yeah, I was really confused because I was made to feel that I could not go on in life without choosing. And as somebody who is a very indecisive person, indecisive loosely, I'm not indecisive, but I appear to be indecisive because I take a long time to weigh decisions, and I really take a lot of time to think about the outcome of every decision I make, so it takes me a long time, which comes across to people as indecisive and can be very frustrating. So I do feel for my family. But sometimes I truly don't care. I'm like, I don't care where we're eating. I'll find somewhere to eat. I'll find something to eat wherever we're eating. Anyways, so as someone who's like probably number one character trait to others is indecisiveness, I felt that extra pressure that I needed to decide, okay, am I coming out as lesbian or am I straight? That was my only two pathways I saw for myself in life. And I think that I felt really misaligned because I felt differently than both of those choices. And that was really difficult. And I think something that's probably kind of weighed on me for a long time. So obviously I came out as a lesbian, and I met Sam, and like we're married, and a lot of people just assume that we're two lesbians. Sam does identify fully as a lesbian, but I don't. So this is something that's kind of new for me to be talking about, or new for me to even acknowledge myself. But I think it was earlier, well, it was like last year now, that I was reading something online. I think it was like, I don't know what it was, but it was about bi-erasure, or like the invisibility of bisexual people, or that they're made to feel invalid. And something about that, it was like, I don't know why it took me that long, or it took me to reading this particular article. And I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, like I feel all of these things. This is exactly how I feel, and exactly how I've always felt. Like I couldn't choose both. Or not choose. When I say choose, I don't mean choose. Obviously, this isn't a choice. But I didn't feel it was an option for me to date men and women. But reading this article, I was like, yeah, okay, I'm definitely bisexual. I am not a lesbian, and I'm not straight, which I knew. But it took until reading this to make me feel like it was okay to identify as that. And it's not like I called people up and was like, I'm changing my identity now. It doesn't matter. I'm married to a woman. That's great. I love her. That's not going to change. But for me, it was a big discovery. And for me, it was something that kind of just allowed me to be like, yeah, that's how I feel. Like, that's how I identify. And I feel like more at peace with identifying as bisexual than like almost lying or making something up when I say I'm a lesbian. I never felt fully committed to that identity. I never felt truly like in place when I would identify as that. So it was a big discovery for me, and something that I really didn't tell anybody or like talk about with anybody, just with Sam. Like I might have did one post on it for Bisexuality Awareness Day or something. But I didn't feel like I needed to tell anybody or call anybody, or like it's really doesn't matter to them what I identify as. I'm married and happy. But it was, like I said, a huge thing for me, and has allowed me to really feel more comfortable. So I also thought another reason, tracking back, why I thought it was important for me to kind of reassess and like rediscover my identity was because of the impact that article had on me in realizing like by continuing to go on and keep saying like, yeah, I'm a lesbian, I was contributing to the bi-erasure, and I was contributing to making other people feel less valid, myself feel less valid, which was not okay. So I thought, okay, this is time. It's okay for me to speak up and be like, actually, I'm not a lesbian. I'm bisexual. Doesn't matter to anybody. But I think that it's really hard because a lot of people are made to feel like that, like I was for years. And I think that really puts you, I think it's called cognitive dissonance. Probably not. Don't know what that means, but that came to mind. It's like where something's different. Do you know though what I'm saying? No, okay. I feel like I'm more like I'm not lying when I say I'm bisexual now. So yeah. Anyway, I don't really know what the point of this video was. I think the point is to say that it's okay to reassess or redefine yourself or re-identify later on, or to take a lot of time. Like, it took me how long? 6 years to change my identity from lesbian to bisexual, even though the whole time I was bisexual. I just thought it was easier. I felt pressured. You know, all these reasons that I felt like I needed to say I'm a lesbian. Which is not okay, and I don't think people should be made to feel that way. Hold on, the wife is texting. Just boarding. Oh! She's boarding. So obviously I'm not the best person to offer like tips. I just kind of wanted to share my story and my experience with this and how long it's taken me to figure this out. But if I could give you some advice, if you are feeling the same as me, like that you are feeling pressured to identify as lesbian or gay or whatever, and not feel like it's valid or okay to be bisexual, the biggest advice I would have for you is that it is. I mean, it doesn't matter what the media says or what people around you say. Don't listen to people who are telling you you're indecisive, because that is like literally the farthest thing from it. First of all, it's not a choice. Second of all, you're not indecisive. You just love people for who they are, not because of their gender. That's why. That's it. Once I realized that I just love people for who they are, it made so much more sense. So like, for instance, if I'm walking down the street and, you know, if we're walking down the street, I would notice men more based on looks. So I would be like, wow, what a handsome man. Or like, he was so attractive. Women, I would notice for their personality or like their smile or like their kindness. So if there's a woman walking down the street and you can just like tell she's radiating like positivity and joy and like spreading good vibes to the world by her energy, I'd be like, oh my gosh, I love her. So I think that's the difference, is like, I'm attracted to the looks of men, probably not their personalities, and the personalities of women. I always like think they're very beautiful, but like, I'm less interested in what they look like, which is interesting. So I think that I'm attracted to different things in males and females, but I'm definitely still attracted to both. So like, Zac Efron is my number one crush. Never will change. I love Zac, especially when he was in the Ted Bundy. You know I love true crime. Oh, what a good show. But like, yeah, people, yeah, if their personality is great, or like, I don't know. So it's different things, but I'm still attracted to both. So I think that was confusing for me too, because I was like, it's like comparing different things. Like, how do I know which I'm more attracted to? Because I'm attracted to different things in each. But point is, once I accepted in myself that I was okay in myself, that I just loved people for who they are as human beings, that was a big discovery. And that allowed me to be more myself and be more confident. I really don't know if any of this was helpful. But the point is, but I'm trying to speak up more and say like, that I identify as bisexual because I think that a lot of people find it easier to just say lesbian, and I do find it easier to just say that and not explain, because it's none of anyone's business. But at the same time, I really do want to help contribute to minimizing this bi-erasure phenomenon, and I want people to feel more comfortable and not pressured to have to pick a pathway that isn't their pathway. So anyway, I'm sorry for the rambling, and this might be like a short little snippet of a video, but even if it's like 5 minutes and you got one tiny bit of connection, you feel like you could connect to one thing, I'm glad. Just remember that it's never too late to redefine yourself or rediscover yourself or continue to discover yourself forever. That's okay. That's life. It's good. Yeah, if you have any tips on like helping speak up for visibility for bisexuals, let us know below. I don't know why. Just, I felt like I needed a call to action there. You can just say hi instead, I don't know. I'm sorry, this was probably a really boring video. But I just felt like I felt like I wanted to talk about it, but then I realized once I sat down, like, I'm not really talking about it when there's no one else talking back to me. So then it got weird. Yeah. Yeah, it got weird. It would be cool if there was like someone else to talk to, wouldn't it? So that's why I do videos with my wife and not alone. Anyway, I'm gonna keep packing now and I'll let you go. I'm gonna let you go now. Thanks for calling. I'm weird. But also, I forgot I was supposed to say stuff at the end of a video. Thanks for watching this. Thank you for sticking around to the end if you actually made it to the end. I appreciate it. And just remember that you are awesome. You are the best you that there can be, the only you. So you need to find what makes you different and embrace that and stand out. Because I read a quote the other day, passing by something in a store, and it said, in order to be irreplaceable, you must be different. And I think that is very true. You don't want to be like everybody else. So don't be afraid to speak up and stand up. And don't be afraid to be exactly who you are, no matter who that is, because if somebody doesn't like it, then they don't deserve you in their life. So that is all. I hope that you got one snippet of advice out of this. You probably didn't. Anyway, let me know if anyone else has felt that way. Like if you were made to feel like you could not be bisexual, and if you still feel that way. And I'm so sorry if you do. But let's chat. You can send me a message anytime on Instagram. I don't really know how to look at YouTube comments like I do. That kind of overwhelms me, so I don't. But if you ever wanted to talk, like chat or message, I'm really slow at responding. Like I'm so painfully slow. So follow up. Like literally just say, hi, did you see this? Or can you reply? But you can message me on my personal Instagram because I'll see that quicker. It's capture life in sound. What does that mean? No clue. I like audio things like recordings. So capturing life in sound. I think that's where I got it. Who knows, it's really old. But if you message me on there to share your story or if you have any questions, I'll try my best to give you advice, but I honestly clearly don't have any advice really. But I'm always there to chat and I'm very slow at responding, but follow up and I will respond. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this and I really appreciate it if you made it to the end because you probably had so many better things to watch, yet you're still here. So thank you. We get to do this because of you, so I really appreciate it. And please send me a message, even just to say hi. I love to connect with you guys, and yeah, it's really nice to kind of put faces to those numbers that we see. So it would be nice to say hello. Okay, well I'm gonna go now because I will keep talking forever. And that is all. Thanks for watching, and I hope that you all have a great day, and I wish you the best on all of your journeys in life. Okay, peace out. Love you guys.